Okay, 16. Don't worry or do worry about the cough. This cough is more about. I think it really is that like it is dry or something. It's like here it's not fluid enough. It still feels stucky and therefore like maybe that's why also out here it's also like a bit dryish. Somewhere it's like drier than usual. I don't know why it's still stucky. It's like it might still be out of things. It's like yesterday I was burping, but it was not the same sort of burp like before. It was more like I was burping from my stomach instead, like literally just the stomach and not to the intestine. Anyways, before I dive into the super long, topic that is, the light shit, oh my god, there's a lot. What was pushed to my YouTube is like, I think Castlevania first look, live action first look, and then like Castlevania itself, the original one, is it animated series? Is it Netflix original? I don't know. And then it's like, is it actually based on like a manga or something? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's just like Johnny Depp is Dracula, confirmed, is it? And then just like, I'm not surprised that he is like affiliated with Netflix or like working very closely, or better yet, he has like shares in Netflix. Okay, happy. Oh my god, what am I supposed to say? Okay, I'm not surprised that he has shares in Netflix itself, and also some other like studio thingy that is like also they're doing that thing of like on share Netflix, on share in the studio, and then just like can bypass all sorts of nonsense, a lot of what. It's like if people want to pose as like either side, and then like they want to do the brand jacking sabotage thingy by just like posing as either side and then like pretending to be rejecting the other person's deal or something, the other side's deal, then like being a shareholder of like either of both sides can like eliminate that shit very efficiently. Like there need not be investigation or whatever shit, right? It's just like very very easy to just like eliminate the nonsense from there, and then just like get work, get projects moving or something. Okay, that's the first thing. Anyways, the first look actually does look good so far. I didn't watch the video, but then just like just a thumbnail alone. But usually for trailer thumbnail they just like literally they take directly from what is going to be in the series or whatever, right? Or just like the lighting and whatnot, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Okay, now to the main shit of like, oh my goodness, the light thingy, like seriously, are there those who are still actually hung up about the whole light and ray tracing thingy? Is it like those who know me from like so-called know me from like Sudyu era, my Sudyu era, and then it's like, they're hung up about that shit, and like the other thing, like, the theory about how the universe is or something, I don't know. Something about that being a weakness in Newton's thing, and then something about that being a weakness in like Einstein's thing is like, Einstein's thing don't take into account gravity or something, and then Newton don't take into account, I don't know, black hole, I don't know lah. They just like each one missing some sort of thing. I don't know lah, okay, whatever lah. And then like I was nearly, doing like some sort of just like IMO. I actually heard it before, just like in some very a general sort of sense that what ray tracing really is supposed to be about, like as light falls down, like it catches the light or something. Like I've heard something general about that, and then just like, oh wait. And then during Power, like I don't know which episode, but it was the time that I was like curious about how the grass looks and whatnot. And then it's like, tracing, going into ray tracing, and then it's like, wait, it might actually just be really trying to parallel IRL. I don't know if my theory on like, you know, how light is, well, I guess matter, but the noun needs to be clarified later. How light and matter interact is real, but like seems legit enough. Like that's what they're basing things off on. It's just, you know, maybe people need, you know, just to like understand things for a bit. It's just like, if you're being told like this sometimes it's like you can't really wrap your head around that. It's like, so yeah. Anyways, my idea about no, it's not about the post. The whole thing to begin with, one is to talk about matter itself. I need to declare the noun. It's, how do I put this? It shouldn't be like, I mean, right now I try to use like matter is the so-called forward, or just like a spin in a particular direction, and then antimatter is a spin in the other direction. Was I doing it? Even though it doesn't really make sense, because like if I want to accommodate like how, you know, in other planets or something, or like other regions of a specific universe, there exists you know, a whole range of matter that is like that does not interact with the, you know, the so-called the range of light elements that the human eye can perceive. But let's just start with like just, you know, in the context of like just the human the Earth region. My initial thing is like, forget the proton and neutron thingy with a charge and a neutral charge. Is like, no. How about things were like, how about like, you know, atom core is just like, there is one that is like goes say like one way, and then just like there is one that goes like the other way, and like they can perpetually spin forever because like they're repulsive forces, I guess. That was like something I did not really think too much somehow. It's like this one going this way and this one going this way. Somehow their spin is like opposite. They cannot accommodate each other for some weird ass reason. And just because I hear it like this does not mean that, you know, like even the smallest one is like hydrogen. It's like it's simply designated, you know, 2? Is it? Wait, or is it 1? I cannot remember. I have no idea if it's true, you know. But it could actually be more of like, this is not enough. It's like maybe another big one. I don't know that I think about it, it might not be real, but just bear with me. I don't have another darker color. But maybe it could work if like, you know, they're both like spinning like in a particular way, but maybe when they cross over it's like they're repulsing each other. I don't know. I have no freaking idea. I don't know. Isn't this what people like to do with the basic atom thing? Just like three orbits or something. But honestly, I think there needs to be 4. I think there needs to be 4, like somehow. Maybe I'm wrong this whole time. But anyways, the idea is that, let's just say take this to what light is, that is like, it's just biphylic elements. How they exist, what biphylic elements can be is like, you know, there's something like, they have 2 ends where like they like either side, but like they're like those like little those toy thingy. Whereas like, you know, they're so hard to untangle from one another in like so many different angles, but then like, you know, it's just like that one specific, you know, angle somehow one can like somehow just like easily, you know, detach the two from one another. And so just like they, oh fuck. Having hot sucker. Love it. Anyways. Oh, my brain likes to wander. But yeah, this one's spinning, and then just like, biphilic elements, they somehow can fit in there. And just, I'm not sure, it's like, does this mean that black color is like, everything can fit in there, and then they don't get reflected off into, the human eye, or like they just like so immensely slowed down, or they just sort of like just, dangling over there, and that's what black color tends to, over time they don't lose black color, they simply gain, all sorts of biphilic elements that get stuck into their, the fabric of their existence. Their fabric of their existence. I don't even know why that's funny. I don't really. Anyways, with the semi-transparent plastic bags, of a specific color, it's like maybe red color tends to be retained. Let's say for red plastic bag, that red color tends to be retained, and then just like, I don't know if it gets dispersed over the entire freaking layer of a freaking plastic bag, plastic bags are so thin, but in the end, when we zoom in, it's like, oh, there's bound to be like some sort of like a thick enough layer where biphilic elements can just like be in there, and they just sort of like bouncing around inside across the layer, the plastic layer. For red plastic bag, and then just like everything else somehow passes through or something. How the hell that was? I have no freaking idea. It's like, we're talking about size, right? So, that's like blue plastic bag as well, so maybe the sizes aren't that, different. I don't know. What they can pass through, what they cannot pass through. What is the most difficult, like, plastic bag color to make or something? Anyway, so like, the thing is that no matter what, so-called light or whatever shit, in the end, human eye, there's a way that human eye somehow does perceive and interpret this or that, light or color or whatever shit. And there's like neurons, optical neurons at the back of the eye, or more like not just at the back of the eye actually. It's like pretty much, it's like a lot of place, but I don't think it's at the front, because like if it blocks off the, the entrance, what's the point, right? Anyways, yeah, elements is somehow, they're all traveling at super fast speed, by the way. Light is how fast, and that's why every time one turns on the light, it's a boom, and then like, imagine at how fast those biphilic elements just like, they're just like bouncing and traveling in the room, and they're just like non-stop doing it and whatnot. But yeah. Dust. Accumulation of dust. Huh. What if the light turns off, that is it actually true that, dust tends to accumulate slow? That's like, it's so weird. But it might be so true. Biphilic elements, no matter what, it's like the neurons have to be like receiving some sort of input. Is it waves though? Is it like vibrations? Because then, vibrations is vibrations, right? Yeah, and vibration. So just like, why is it that whenever people talk, like we don't actually see, the waves and whatnot. So it's gotta be some other thing. It probably is vibrated element. Optical neuron. Hey, maybe trees and optical neurons. Interesting. I mean like leaves, green stuff. It's like, ironically, if we see a blade of grass, it's like somehow grass passes through, but we can somehow see a little bit of like the yellow from the other side. I have no idea how it works. Nah, whatever. I really don't retain everything, but then if green is retained and reflected off, then maybe green is not the color that is being used by plants. Maybe. Anyways. Yeah, it's like, it's so called like magnet, but then it might actually be dangerous to use magnet as a comparison, or is it not? I don't know. I really commonly think that magnet is like, we talk about the electron, right? One end is spewing out the electron thing, and then one end is receiving the electron thingy. But then wouldn't that mean like, but then also that is like, opposite ends somehow they attract. I don't think they will spin in like tandem, because eventually they just like lose momentum. There needs to be something that kickstarts the whole thing again. It's just like repulsion from one another. How the hell that works, I have no freaking idea. How are the charges? I have no idea. How are antimatter generated? What if it's already been like, the phenomenon had already been, discovered for a while? The ones who actually, like, force like a separation of this and that thing. Or like nuclear power plants maybe? Who knows? I don't know. That was fun. This is my theory. No. We could call it forward spin and reverse spin, but even that does not, what is that? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, because lacking of direction is like, do we say left, right again, or like do we say forward, reverse? I don't know. It's like, why forward, reverse though? Probably not a good idea to call it, Or like A spin and then negative A spin. How about that? Velocity. An orbit that an orbital path that has a specific subatomic particle going at velocity A, and then there's like one that goes in like negative A maybe? I don't know. How are they sticking together? It's like, I guess maybe this is too huge. Whatever, they're just like tiny and then just like why are you going to be down or something? Don't want like this. Maybe I don't know. Look at that. Look at that. One spins one way, the other spins the other way. Why don't they fly off? I have no freaking idea. Maybe that's just like another one. Another layer somewhere. Who cares? there is matter, antimatter, and then what if there are? I mean, no, sorry. Forward spin, backward spin, and then matter equals, whatever interacts with the ray of, the range of light which the eye can perceive, the array of like biphasic elements which the particular human eye can perceive, and then like everything else is like, and then the stuff that do not ever is not capable of so-called interacting with like, the array of like, biphasic elements that the human eye can see is like perceived to be antimatter maybe. So like maybe somewhere else there are just like actually so-called like legit invisible walls somewhere. Who knows? Or invisible object, or at least it's invisible to the human eye. Or maybe what if we do perceive it as only just black? Assuming that the normal human array of biphasic elements goes in there and then just like stays in there, so it just like appears black. But then like if it goes out the other side, then maybe it's not black. I don't know. But then if we let everything pass through, then wouldn't that be like glass or plastic? Fully transparent glass and plastic. Hey, maybe everything is both matter and antimatter all at the same time, Or just like there's nothing that is like, there's just assuming that the human eye can actually perceive the full array of things, or not really. But also maybe everything is matter and antimatter so-called. In which case it's just like it doesn't really mean anything anymore. Will it ever be something truly invisible though? I've not seen one. Maybe it just like it looks like completely black. But like beyond black, like as if like, it's like as if it's exerting a sort of pull upon light matter, but like maybe over time it slowly gets, die away sort of. The more biphasic elements, everything. It's just like, things cannot just like, disappear, right? In the end, not even light itself can like just disappear like elements. Dust. What are we supposed to do about dust then? What are we supposed to do about the recycling of, light? Nah, who knows? And why is it that when we turn off the lights, they burn? Doesn't it decay rapidly? Every time it bounces off against a specifically hard enough surface, it just like shatters into a bajillion pieces. Maybe, who knows? This is compound. It just so happens that the sun is putting out enough of that thing, or like a shit ton of that thing. Black hole. I don't know if that black hole actually does trigger like other stars to, go into, so-called supernova. Not really supernova, more of like instantly black hole thingy. It's like when the suction force is like exerting upon, exerting upon the fuel on whichever star, and then just like the sudden loss of fuel, the sudden, rapid cooling and whatnot, kaboom. There it goes, another super heavy element, super gigantic element is formed and whatnot. the beat thingy, you know. Certain, hair guy have like the beat thingy. Maybe that can serve as a better comparison. Maybe. No matter what, it's like the flow of electron is real, right? The loss of the electron somehow like friction produces bifasic elements spark lightning. The outer orbit or whatever shit. It's just like spinning like that, and then there's like, electrons attracted to this one or that one, also spinning like that at the outer ring. Another thing, my theory is that it just keeps going down and down and down and down. I was like, wow. Subatomic particles, and then like they're further comprised of like smaller ones that is like also, they're comprised of like opposite spin, but then like how many of that subatomic particle will comprise one single subatomic particle? I don't know the numbers. It's like at what point does it actually turn into someone like it crosses the threshold into being, something that exerts gravity on itself, right? I mean, not on itself, right? By itself, it already exerts its own gravitational field and whatnot upon, an oppositely charged thingy. Proton is like, let's say, forward spin at the nucleus, and then like at the nucleus of an atom, and then like neutron is the actually reverse spin, so it's not really like neutral. It might actually have its own charge, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's why it's called neutrons. Is it? Maybe. It might actually be like that, is it? But then wouldn't they have to be like? But then what would it mean? Or is it like no? Can be of any charge. Does neutron exist? Non-capacity for what? But then wait, actually isotope is which one again? Isotope is isotope. And that is the thing. It's just how much is wrong, how much is correct, right? When we try to start from the beginning, it's just like, all over again. I don't know. Those who have more, those who have access to, more tools and whatnot, have at it. It's like, I didn't study much. I was just like, really, me, and just like the stupid unsubstantiated claims is just like, I have way too much time on my hand. Seriously, it's like, when I got no games to play, and then just like, no, and also no manga to read, or like no movies or series to watch and whatnot, it's just like, wow, that period of time when I'm just like, just chilling at home, thinking about stuff. And then like, all sorts of weird shit. All sorts of weird shit pop into the brain. Wow. Light retention. Oh my god. It's just I stop at just atomic level because like, I don't want to imagine like at the level of like even just like elements or simple compounds, but like let's say a freaking crystal. Oh my god, what the hell is that? What the hell is a crystal? What the hell is a crystal made of? It's like still a class, but then it's like the silica, there's this one, there's that one, there's all sorts of things mixed into it. I'm like, where the hell does one even begin? You know, maybe I should start with silica. Maybe I should start with sand. And in which case, what the hell is a sand? It's like silica, and I was like, but then you know what? Screw it. My brain wants to like give up just at the atom level. Okay, I don't want to think too much, really. Why are there ion discharge now? Why is there not? I mean, I'm sure there are those who already like explain things away with like ion discharge now. Oh no. No, not the vertigo. Why? I am not sure. Am I not chill? Am I chill? Am I not chill? Am I chill? Anyways, if I discharge them, it's like, yeah, they say like, you know, this thing pop out, or that thing pop out. And then it's just like, do they form some sort of like ionic bond or something? I don't know. And then like, does that actually create some labels, you know? If some sort of ionic bond or does covalent bond actually form? I don't know. Anyways, when that happens, it's just like, does that mean like a so-called lattice structure that like can accommodate, you know, biphilic elements is formed? And so only specific biphilic elements get trapped in the I guess maybe those gases are turning more into like maybe more of a sort of like it inched closer towards the plasma phase rather than, you know, being just like completely pure gaseous phase maybe. And so with the plasma phase, it's just like it forms this sort of matrix for like biphilic elements to, you know, they're not just gas sort of trapped in, they're just like they're sort of traveling around in it or something. So I don't know. But then like, you know, does that mean electrons burst or something? Electricity. What even is an electron at this point? Oh no, the more I think about it, the worse it gets. What is not real at all? What if like that thing is completely false? No. One needs to think on it. For sure. Lightning. How the hell does ion discharge not even work? It's like, does it require super speed, super friction, all sorts of things? It's just like force a break or something. Boom. Is that why it's glowing? What if it's actually mildly radioactive? Just like, well, black light alone is UV rays, right? And then the fluorescent lamp is actually mildly radioactive. Yeah, what's that really funny? It's like I'm sorry, shot RGB is probably the safest option. RGB lights. Places because, you know, at least it helps with, you know, killing up this or that hydrogen. Why do I find that so funny? I don't know. I don't know why I find that so funny. But anyways, hey, the lecture actually, you know, did not last that long. Simply because I'm not someone who, you know, is too obsessed. I am not obsessed with, you know, figuring out all that crap. To the point where I'm like, I just like try to figure things out on like a compound level, or, you know, Oh no, fire. What the hell is fire? we're putting so much kinetic energy into a certain thing that it's just like, that all sorts of things just like gas release in biophilic element form, I guess. But like, maybe that's why, when things burn, like paper, when they burn, it's just like, they seemingly so-called dissolve or whatnot. It's like, wow, it's like they lose matter or whatnot, but like more of like, well, it's just like, there's just a shit ton of matter being turned into, light biophilic elements, fire, in the form of fire, so. That's the thing. With the law of energy and then observing, fire itself, and we should have known, like, matter cannot just like disappear, right? Same with energy cannot just disappear or come from nothing, right? And so just like, what do they turn into? I mean, sure, the air is like, it does produce some sort of air like carbon monoxide or something, but then like, isn't that also from like, the air itself, oxygen? CHO. I would guess that, hydrogen is actually indeed the most unstable one ever. It's like, they're so small. The orbit and the whatnot, it's just like, they're barely being kept in place. So, like, the spins are like easily. Well, they're actually radioactive whenever they, they spin and then they split apart. Because there's just like not enough, orbits to them. And so they're like highly, not stable, not say volatile, and as in like, I mean, sure, they are very easily flammable, but also like, they disintegrate into who the hell knows what very easily. Maybe they mix with air and whatnot, or like light in the air, and then they just like go and form dust eventually. So any source of light, literally, just like even phone light is like, pew, just thing going out there. And my favorite element being spam. So don't use light, don't allow light in. Then how does one see in the dark, right? Sorry. Anyways, by extension all the way to like ray tracing, it's just like, if they're really trying to do a simulation of like an electronic, digital, I don't know what they call it, but like a simulation of like how, IRL light works, then it's like, perhaps getting down the basic rules of how IRL light works is like, it can help a lot, maybe. It's just, I don't know, it's just like, retention, reflection, passing through. And then just input like something, just input a programming of software whatever shit to like accommodate like size, and then like give each so-called light source, supposed light source, a specific size and whatnot, size thingy. It's like, it doesn't even have to be size, it's just like, size. A label to like tag for like this size, this one is this size, that one size, and then eventually, like maybe someone can actually construct, something that looks very realistic, like maybe even way too realistic, as long as they get the basic rules down. And the property of each, like say, a building is made of what material, the wall is like made of what, and then like this material has what rules when it comes to interacting with light, and then just like enabling what size in and whatnot. What size gets reflected, what size leaves. What size simply just like boom and then a light push into a bajillion pieces. I don't know. The thing about like reflection, like the ocean water, I was like thinking also like, what if it is specifically when like the ocean water arranged in a way that like there's just like patches where it's like very compact because of water pressure from other side. Maybe these sides are like going up in waves and then like crashing down, and then some here the specific spots that are like very high pressure, then it's like that's when we get the reflection instead of light going through. It becomes a reflective surface. Simply because momentarily at that point in time it's just compact. No elements get through. All gets reflected off the surface. It's about size. That is structure. Size. That is structure. Am I the first one to think about this? Probably not. Somebody like, maybe already put that in like the positive of that theory, maybe even like 1960s or something. So but perhaps simply because it like conflicts with like the interests of this and that, particular nations, that is just like, denied to be real. So not that I ever found it. No. Not that I ever found it. I'm curious if we're actually all expanding all at the same time alongside with, the alleviating pressure as like the black hole grows larger or something. Assuming that it will make sense, because that's just like, I'm assuming that like somehow there's like an upper half of like noble element that is so heavy to the point they're solid. Not that it actually makes sense, but what if it does make sense? But if it's a house, wouldn't it crack? But then there's a thing also, I did consider that what if like within a huge enough star already on the inside there's already, compaction happening. And they're kind of just like layered off, cut off from everywhere else, the rest of the star, because ironically, the world tends towards order. If there is enough chaos, order will be formed somehow. Because order is the thing that simply tends to exist for, well, long, although it's like stable stuff tends to form over time. Huh. I don't know. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. Who knows? But what if it is? And there's a lot of diamond really cracked. Just Another weird thing I did. Oh my god. Freaking a star that is like huge enough to, form a black hole is just like, it exists for a really long time. There is just no way that, its entire life phase is just like 1, 2, 3. There's no way it's just like 3 phases. There has to be like so much more. It's like on the inside, who the hell knows what's going on? I just like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, do we really want to think about it? Do we really want to think it all through? Dun dun dun. Seriously. The gene realm actually really more parallels. Is like, that star is not dead yet, but their realm will eventually perish the moment it goes actual full-on supernova and real black hole phase and whatnot. So, they cannot stop it. It's just how stars are, I guess. But then, I don't know if their vibration leaves behind anything, so they just somehow appear, in a newborn galaxy, which might actually be very, very frightening. Or definitely very frightening. Unable to die and whatnot, just like get shred to death and then just like come back via the shredding as well. So ironic. We just need to take on a form there as well. Like a moth really survive. Why can anything survive in such an environment? You're just like, And if there is no input whatsoever from the outer layer, then a planet that is capable of like supporting, life on Earth. No, I mean like a planet that will eventually, have like life forms on Earth that will enable the very peaceful funeral of Earth when it's time for, Earth to like kaput to a black hole. Ease the moving on thingy, that would be fun. It's like just don't support that part, I guess. I don't know, but we're trying to make sure that, an intelligent enough civilization will be born in the layer. And there the gene goes, I guess. make that, the bracelet or whatever is called bracelet. Something that is just like actually entangled to, before the freaking star that they're in actually goes full black hole. It's just like when like, there's still a diamond has within the star, and like the star is like, who knows how huge, and then already there's just like miniature, universe galaxy, miniature galaxy in that, a mini plane is already in there, in the freaking star, and they're the actual compaction, which will shatter the diamond. So-called maybe diamond, maybe not diamond, I don't know. But like, if diamond is the hardest substance on Earth, then like, sure, it's just like, we need something that is stable and can withstand the more shredding that is happening on the outside. So, it's like once a layer forms, and then the ones inside will slowly, maybe they slowly lose kinetic energy, I don't know, they slowly form, compounds or even organisms that are, that each one can retain a higher amount of energy. ATP, fat, fats, it's just fats, and whatnot, and then just like, the outer ones, the ones beyond the freaking diamond, they're still like going crazy, they're still burning up fuel on the outside, but then eventually they will reach a time where, the sudden loss of heat trigger compaction, and there goes the gene round. And then at the exact same location, a new plane will have to be birthed. Will it have to? I don't know, but will be, I guess. Will potentially be birthed, so. Do we want to add more awe and like, stuff that is like so, mind-blowing and like full of inspiration or whatever into, the MCU, then maybe these can help. Maybe. I don't know. Don't ask me. It's just a freaking theory. Just a freaking theory, okay? The gene round maybe probably just like, they're about to into nothing. Not into nothing, more like into everything. A baby galaxy all over again. And hopefully it's that time for real. Like, if they're truly in a black hole, then finally their galaxy universe can expand. And maybe that's why that is like, somehow they are entangled to Earth in a way. In the future, it will be connected. So the bracelet and whatnot that is like created during the, pre-compaction mini plane, limited plane, it'll just like, eventually just like, once compaction happens, it'll get shot, but then like the vibration, if it's like have a long time enough at a specific spot, I guess, it's like the vibration keeps etching into that specific location, then it'll get shredded away and then it'll come back, it'll form back. That's so bad. That's the bracelet again, and shred, and then form back again, shred, form back, blah, blah, blah. And then just like, they're just sort of like, their existence is like, they're out of existence and then back to existence, out of existence, more like, so but then like, so yeah. The gene, maybe that's why it's like gene and genie is like, they somehow is like in lore, it's like they're always just like somehow capable of granting wishes and whatnot. They're like almighty, all powerful, and yeah, it's like, it's just, there's someone with like so much knowledge and whatnot, but then like, what is that to look forward in the universe maybe? Once you've already known it all from the beginning, it's just like, this is how the universe works. They eventually get to a stage where it's just like, what else is there to learn? What else is there to acquire? Else is there to experience? Blah, blah, blah. Is there really anything? And then just like, just understanding that eventually it's just all about, life gotta move on. Maybe the Eternals is just like, the whole thing was just like, it was created with like just that sort of exhaustion with existence in mind, and maybe the one that just like kind of looking to end it all or something. Maybe. There's enough nuclear inside. Underground. If Earth is so easily diffused, you're like using, the photons, plasma, whatever that is like underground, that is in Earth, and then they turn it into something that looks like, celestial and whatnot. Is it actually just existential exhaustion? And then just like somehow also, not really about not kaputting the self thingy, so. And so the irony, right? All the almighty, all-powerful beings out there, face up to your powerlessness. Can you actually ever stop evil people from, being willingly evil? The irony, right? It's like, wow. I issue a challenge. Okay. You have existential exhaustion, right? Okay, now get those evil people to, willingly choose to not be evil. Use whatever methods, no killing allowed, but they have to be willingly to not be evil, you could put out drugs out there in the world, but then look at them, they just hijack drugs and turn it into something evil. Put out games, innocent games, they'll hijack it and turn it into something evil. It's a never-ending process. There are a lot of problems that simply just Really am. No matter how much power one garners, it's just like, there's just certain things you cannot make happen. You cannot deny nature. Our... Oh no, seriously. There's like 7 billion people in the world, right? Trying to predict every single move. Yeah, not lost at all. Oh my god, ESP, enough with the sad face from him. Why? Why? I already mentioned. Whatever. So you know whenever it's under the card, it looks so menacing. When it's doing like crown work or something, it's like, oh my god, so menacing. When I go elsewhere and it's like, oh look at that, that's so cute. But right now it looks so menacing. Right. Okay. Alright, anyways, who was being misogynistic when they went like, you know, there's no way in hell that I'm a female. You know, back when I didn't do cam or whatever shit. Wait, did I already do cam? Did I already show the, you know, that thing? The chroma ghost. then is it first episode? Actually, very true, huh? There are actually people who want to, put into action that sort of like financial plan. As evil as it is, they want to do it. In the end, having a filtration sponge works so much better. To keep the waters clean. Are you actually hungry again? Didn't I feed you not that long ago? But it's growing long. I think it's like this long now if I take it out of the water. It might actually be this long. It's really long. If it lies down, it's like the side, in parallel with the side of the aquarium. It's like, is this long? It is like, wow. If I put it on my arm somehow, it will be like maybe this long, maybe. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Just guessing. Well, definitely longer than the neck for sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I see wrongly. This is not from a distance away. But it's so cute and so beautiful, Oh my god, when I see it now, it's so beautiful. So you. I can do it. This cake, I can finish it. It's not that much left. I switched over to having the snacks roti because, I want the salty. You know, recently, I'm reading back, very old, a very old, manga, which now that I think about it, is very, it actually does have lots of problematic elements to it. However, it kind of goes to, contrast and like just show like, the difference between, the disgusting kun-kuns who would just like, they would, without a second doubt, they would just like, either they would do kidnapping of, the ladies that they are in charge of, or like, they would actually do that thing that like, forced impregnation, and so therefore to like secure the marriage thingy, and then secure their entry into the family thingy. So yeah, it creates a drastic difference between the two types. Between the two types of, so-called can perceive to be pedophile people. And they do mention like, females at a young age is like, at a specific age has to like, I don't know, maybe looking for, someone who can take care of them, something like that. I don't know, it's like, when all sorts of thoughts are like going through the mind, especially if like, wow, there's just that sort of like, the among peers sort of thingy, or just like saying, oh, shouldn't we at this time be like doing that, or that, considering this or that, and then like the role, the guardian, like the parental generations playing in that sort of thing. So which specific types of parents will like, they actually start off like, the kid of a certain, like, I guess less than safe culture amongst, generations of their like daughters and something like that. So yeah. Oh my goodness. With Mei-chan's grandpa's, like, I don't know, the grandpa come from what age? So maybe, their mind have yet to keep up with, like, the new laws and whatnot. But then, like, the new ones are, like, sort of there for a reason, because there's just way too much, of that. I guess there's actually a specific word for it, where there are countries where there are actually, shit-hard, icky pieces of shit who actually does that thing where they intentionally rape someone, rape a female just to, secure a position into the family. Just to secure a marriage, that's very wrong for sure. Very, very wrong. Actually problematic. Anyways, I'm sure there's a lot of shit-hard Americans that are like, they do worse things than that. Like maybe if like, there's a young female in the family at the age of 5 and already they want to teach that one how to kiss and see like no problem with just like slapping, you know, a young girl's butt. As if that one is like one of those like prostitutes of course, or you know, huggable ones that like claps and whatnot. Might collapse. Butt slap. As if, you know, they already like determined that, oh, this one should grow up and go and work at those nightclubs thingy. Way too many, huh? Way too many easy uncle type. Like, you know, the girls aren't even in love with them, and yet they still think they, you know, somehow have the right to do stuff like that. The kun culture. They probably do keep wanting it. They just want, like, they're so actively working to, you know, increase the range by which, you know, the shit thing that they do, that like does not even get any consent at all. It's like they want to increase the scope of which, like, what things they can do without getting a consent as being, you know, acceptable. They're gonna inch ever closer towards, you know, creating child victims. So how many ships have Kun actually, you know, actually took aim and like targeted or like do like Kun culture nonsense towards a child, a female child? Or what else do they do? Do they do what? Okay, let's play dentist work and whatnot. The icky uncles being dentists, so-called, and they're just like checking the wow, but then they're like actually, you know, doing like, they're actually thinking, you know, they're actually imagining that sort of thing. Or is it that they one step further to, you know, actually take photographs or even film the process of like doing that shit to little children? To me, how are you? Do you want food? You want my mama not? You want food? Food? Yum 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 yum. No? Is the act of, you know, a female eating a cake very dirty to them? Then maybe they should not participate in any, you know, birthday events that, you know, involve children, right? So you, here, look at you. Is it that the sudden addition of filter suddenly makes it like, you know? Are you drying up a bit? Do you lose your protective slime? No? Are you okay? Tweet. We win. Huh? Huh? It's like this air gas like getting to the back or something. I don't know. It's like it's a weird sort of thing. It's like gas accumulating at like the upper back or something. It's like I don't even know how to describe that pain. It occurs usually when it's like once again like burping thingy. Oh my god, that's so cute. You must have done it intentionally. That Faco has very, huge control over its swimming and whatnot. Even the rock is like actually floating away and it can still like, can chase after the rock and just like munch on like the moss or whatever shit. The Faco can do that. I swear it intentionally did it. There is no way that was not intentional. It definitely felt like you wanna like do something. You sort of want to like something. I don't know. Can it actually be the sucker mouth? Really? Maybe not. I don't know. You are? What the honey? Huh? Maybe it was like that. Is there actually a teeth in the middle? A tooth. Just one tooth. Hey, Tanani. What was that? What did you do? Huh? You did this? You wanted to do this? Huh? Oh my god. I don't know how the scream went, but I'm guessing you just like flew all the way up. Sweet. Me do that. Oh my god. Yep. I'm still so gaseous. Why? misjudging that. Maybe I am misjudging. Yeah, I feel like I think I misjudged it. If only, huh? As if you would ever be that wrong. No, I'm kidding. It's like, be you. What? I'm kidding. Be you. What? Top poor personality. You are working. Something I don't understand you. Do you like cloudy water or do you like non-cloudy water? Do you like both? Yeah. Wow. But when you want to clean things up all the way until like it's like a ballet, you know, like it's hit down and then tail up. Like so cute. Actively cleaning. So much better to see it active. You know, rather than just like constantly under the stupid car, don't know doing what. Maybe it's sleeping, maybe it's not. I don't know what it's doing. And then like and then just like staring. Eye open. Maybe sometimes it grounds itself. Sometimes it chooses to go and face the white wall. You know, the other side is like, why? Is there even anything interesting over there? I don't think so. So why does it do it? I don't know. Oh my god. You know, yesterday I thought for a bit that like, you know, walking around might do me some good. But then like after like, I didn't even walk for that long and then just like, oh my goodness, I feel like my intestine might be dying. I don't know why am I feeling like that. Why is it like that? I have no freaking idea. They're actually having difficulty sprouting. It's like there's just like that sound of mom sprouting and then they're already wilting. Really? Or is it too much water? What's the time? 7:36. It might be fine for me to open the windows now. still producing way too much gas. How the hell do I stop it? Is it even possible to stop it? I feel like my lungs is like spasming out. Same with my diaphragm. Okay. Try to open that window. Outside, oh, the undeveloped patch of land. A lot of greens. It's like all sorts of like green leaves, grass and whatnot. All sorts. How tired. Wow. I don't know how they do it, but like the branch closest to me is like closest, like the roots are exposed like this much or something. Right, a lot of like roots. Ugh. But anyways, the source of the plant fungus might actually be from the, I don't know what herb is it, but like it's like one of those like basil or thyme thingy, and but then like I've seen before rats running over there to, pee and poop or whatever shit. I don't know, rats were like, there were wild rats that actually like brought, I guess, the fungus over there. It probably is because of rats. And so, the fungus like was like growing at that bunch, and then it's like, I think it was carried by the wind and then like spread to the bonsai. The sunflower is especially infected for some reason. I don't know why. Oh no. I'm not even sure who planted the sunflower there. Rats and snails, menaces to the garden. Ugh. So the truth always is to just like, I don't know, catch rats. Is it rats that could, carry all sorts of like pathogens? I might need to go and chill on the toilet. Okay, okay. I get girl and like it's like to the point of vomiting, I should just spit out everything instead of just like swallowing it back. Spit out, don't swallow. Spit out, don't swallow. It is somewhere behind. Yeah, no, seriously, I really mentioned maybe we do need more, gothic themed movies or series around. Otherwise, the Kunkos will just keep turning it into, prostitute, 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 prostitute. They're all prostitutes. Need to restart the install updates. Is it that huge? It doesn't mention how big the update is. Actually view things like that. Like, they're genuinely viewing things like that. They're genuinely viewing, golfs and whatnot, all as like just prostitutions. Yeah, so close. Fly. It's not because of the certain, characters that is like not behind the table. And yeah, it would have been, that song. That sort of what? It's all game. The hell is this? Dying Light has a new beaver thingy. is supposed to be a DLC. No. Who knows? Ooh. Only those who purchase Ultimate Edition will die. Like those that human will receive dying like the beast at no additional charge. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know why I did this thing and I ended up there. Oh. I nearly watched something without having my headphones on. This is not good. Ugh. Honestly, is there anything more to say? I feel like talking about the right one is like, you know, forward, reverse. Can I ever be anything that's like truly invisible though? Or like actually exist. Beyond like, you know, how water is like transparent and whatnot. I don't know. So yeah. Yeah, I actually feel better after I just like just let out the extra liquid. What the hell? Never re-swallow, huh? Oh, Pickle, what are you doing? Didn't Johnny Depp appear in something like, a trailer for like a game or something? And not the Disney Pirates game. No, like a different one. Otaku detective. Nerd! Wonderful. Whatever. Video games, mangas, and anime. Or like, those sort of things. The sort of animated stuff that is like, that has the theme, close enough to be, good enough to be categorized in the anime category. Where the hell are all the gas coming from? Is that a hole between my lungs and my freaking throat or something? It's like either I have too much or too little or something. Or both at the same time. How am I supposed to eat? Seriously, how am I supposed to get me back to being normal? I actually don't know. It's like too many things. I didn't study nutritionist, right? Or maybe that is not the thing that I should study. It's like more like the passed down knowledge of like this or that food. Have the same thing again later. The one like at least hurts and whatnot. I mean, I do feel better after having that. Maybe I just needed something sour in my food. Antioxidants. I need like antioxidants maybe. Green tea. Wait, it's not even 1 minute ago. Last time. Oh my god, the stupid dude is on me. It is one of those things like, the more they celebrate something, the stupider it is. Like, the more humiliating it is for them. It's like, I'm like, wow. Even me, it's like, despite everything, I'm like, huh. No, it's like to the point where I nearly feel sorry for them. Nearly feel sorry. Oh my god. And that's like me, you know, it's like, yo. Well, that's the thing about what? Now was I thinking some sort of parallel. Well, the companies do that thing right where they like, they go around fake claiming that, you know, they successfully slept with this or that woman or another. It's just like a lot of lies and blah blah blah. They actually go around intentionally do a fake claiming of all these things and that thing like, look, I successfully got this picture of this person or that person, and like, I successfully slept with this person or that person. It's like intentional, knowing that, you know, it's a ruse, like the power is with them. But then like, when somehow they were somehow being like played, or somehow they believe in like rules, and then like they spread some sort of lie that is like in that nature. It's like, look, I got this picture of this person or that person. Look, it's this one, it's that one. Look at this picture. This one is like, this is actually her, you know. And then like, but the whole time they fell for a ruse, but they didn't know it. And somehow, you know, there's a huge difference between the two, right? It's like the scenario where like they're intentionally telling a lie and they know that it's a ruse, and versus, you know, the part where they're like propagating a lie, not knowing that they've been believing in the ruse the whole time. Then it's like suddenly it makes all the difference. I mean, come on, your shit had to lose. You did the lying thing many times before, right? Suddenly now, this time it's like, is the fucking worst thing ever? Like, oh my goodness, seriously. It's like, oh my, you know, it's like, wow, suddenly it's the worst shit ever. Tell me you're a megalomaniac without telling me, I guess. Or tell me you're a psychopathic megalomaniac that's like chock full of like insane nonsense in your brain without telling me. Complete humiliation. Room of shame, people. Room of shame. It's like, oh my goodness. Like, why would it suddenly matter? Like, you know, they never bothered anyways, right? You know, telling the truth. Always being truthful about stuff like that. Like, they do intentionally lie about things like that before. Right? And suddenly this is like the absolute worst shit ever. Thomas Club might actually be that, if they've already done that sort of thing where, they take someone else's, like, uh, I don't know, VE something. So somebody else's, that sort of like compromising photo, and then like they try to pass it off as like, oh my god, it's actually this or that person, of the same name, same pseudonym maybe or something, or like similar sounding enough pseudonym and whatnot, and then it's just like they try to pass it off as if it's like, oh my god, the famous one, blah blah blah, and then just like, I think they themselves did it before, and yet they would fall for like that rules. Like really, it's like, how stupid can they get? It's like, despite all the odds and whatnot, it's like, they're still going against it all and whatnot. It's like, hello. So do they believe like in the existence of like destiny or and whatnot, or do they not? Like, huh? How much will their mind explain, certain things of it? Just like, they're just gonna keep ignoring, logic or something? Statistics, probabilities, they'll just keep ignoring all that crap and then go for like the believing, really? Really? Y'all do know how stupid y'all sound now, right? Like, if only it was the twins. If only the whole rules had been like a whole sort of like a scam, or like, this or that organization that's supposed to be good, but then like if they're resorting to methods like that, then that means that they're not good people. If only, right? So yeah, it just doubly shows exactly how stupid they are the more they like believe in a specific like scripted meaning and whatnot. It's like, oh my goodness. Is this the best that nation has to offer? Is that the best people, like the ones leading that nation? In which case it's like, oh, y'all are so stupid, y'all got played by a commoner. Seriously. What the hell's wrong with y'all? Weak, incompetent, etc., dumb, not really anchored to reality, gambler, risk taker, the amount of risk, the potential loss versus, the risk they took for like a potential reward that is like, despite all the data available to them, all the facts available to them so far, somehow they will want to believe in the idea that, oh my god, this whole time there's just been some really weird shit going on, alright? Somehow I'm like the greatest liar in the entire effing world or something. Is it just so gambling on like the things that they want to believe to be real? No, they really just like, they have this selective preference for like things that they want to be real, and that is just like another weakness of theirs. No, literally scammers can like take use of that, right? And scammers did take use of that, like hone in on that, and then just like boom. Should clean up these things. And how many of them shit-type icky uncle tired of like shit-type Americans actually arrive in live chat? Lol, do they want to see, the win or something? Only they ended up just being, part of the completely humiliated theme, I guess. It's like, dude, y'all are so like, Like, what? Like, goodness, the way it feels, like, so, big class, like, I don't even know where to look. It's like, it's not just hideous. The way it feels is not just hideous, it's also like, damn, freaking embarrassing. Like, holy crap. Like, huh? Huh? What? Who knows? Who knows what they're thinking? It's like the parade of the desperation of the weak and the losing. They really know they're gonna lose. I think. They do know, right? Or don't they? Do they actually believe? Are they somehow delulu enough into like, they actually believe that they have a chance of winning? Dun, dun. Huh. That final battle of they really should check things through, especially if they're scammers, right? Yeah, they're using the, Philippine phone number, blah, 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 nonsense. They need to do scams. Really, you're scammers, but y'all fall for, like, other people's scam? Like, huh? Huh? Can you at least be competent scammers? Really? Really? Like, huh? What? Like, what? Are you scammers? Do you know how scammers operate? Like, huh? What? Ugh, unbelievable. Oh my goodness, vomiting? How actually works wonders, huh? Must have been a bunch of stuff that, like, the body cannot get rid of. Or there's like a bunch of antibodies. But then, it's specifically those things that actually add out. Maybe I am being helped. With some sort of microscopy helpers. Nanobots. Like you, I think. Like, oh, do you have something in you? I'm gonna just keep it on for a bit. It's gonna be so bright for someone on like, full screen. Bright light. People gonna report? No? Okay, I'm gonna stop stream and then come back with a new one. That would be... I will choose between the forest and schedule one. Maybe I'll just continue schedule one. No, unless I do a new one. I don't know, the barn isn't really that, good. So after arranging things, it's like, I feel like that's about it. I should play something else. Don't want to do rap, like seriously go into like creative mode. People do indoor stuff. I don't know, I never really like indoors, even though it's probably a smart idea to do indoors. I'm not actually build very high up, At the bottom is where the engines are. You know, we wanna do functional thing is like functional field. Creative mode. This is actually some of it looks like. Right. Not too functional because component. More of like crack. The things are crack. I guess I could do a graph creative mode. Interesting. Oh, I need to check something. Is that default picture? No way. Oh, it uses the one. I don't know what game, but it uses Samsung thing. Is it? No. Anyways, what do I do? No. No. Wait, I say. Yeah, one. That's 40% off. Oh no. That's worth one cake. I might actually have to go, you know, full 18. I might have to, this is just, you know, just in case, it's just the methods, you know. Or is it something limited to like the second one? Pickle, you choose. What do I do? The forest? Raft? Schedule one? Date rising? Why you blink your eyes at date rising? Don't I have to buy this if I wanna play this? Oh my god. I'll probably suck so bad at the game. 100. No, I don't wanna, you know, spend so much of my money. Are you judging me? No? I was ignored. Why? I have limited funds now. Where you going? Sorry. Maybe I could try stupid project Zombo again, but then it's like, oh my god, what is this? What is that? what thing remained? What thing changed like crazy? And it's just like, what am I supposed to do again? You know? Oh no. At padding, patch hole. What in the world? Who actually are the baptisms for this game? Let's just give up remembering everything. There's like chances are it might be gone the next time. Oh god. Oh what? Molotov is back. Wait, what? Which is fish? Which is not? What thing? Switching story right outfit. I suck. I might actually have to relearn the game. Like even from like, normal, normal controls. Not assuming they actually fix the thing where it's like, pressing WASD and it's like, it actually functions well. Instead of just like, having some sort of nonsense going on. Or do they want to say that? This is part of the thing where like, actually when characters get tired and then suddenly like, the controls are messed up or something. But then I guess in like a backfield was like, maybe not a good idea to introduce a function like that. Because it just like, it adds to the confusion. Increase chance to find clay near lakes. Drying. Rabbits not drop correct level. Oh god. You know what? Maybe not. 50% of all survivors become fake. No. Like those effing patches like that much. Like those patches that much. Oh my goodness. Why? Why are they like this? Why are they like this? Oh my goodness. And how many patches I am away from like, the last time I played? How many patches been there? Since patch update both patch and update. What in the effing world is this? Huh? Again, run lie down. It's sleeping. No, she did not get that long of sleep. She yesterday the whole day I was just resting on the bed and reading manga. You know, for most of the time and just like, trying to manage the all those things. Yep, I think I'll just, whatever. I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna come back for a while. This is me.